I would say fifth place will be success, but what Martin gonna say about Polish team before the championships?
I think at a World Championship, these every team from the bigger nations, they are aiming for a medal, and they try to just to believe that for that a miracle might happen. And
I need to ask, do you think Kamil Stoch wasn't selected because he stopped working with Thomas and pick Michal Doležal as his coach? Of course, I would like to ask you about the Kamil Stoch case. Thomas Thurnbichler burned the internet. Do you think how surprising was it for you that Kamil Stoch wasn't called up for the championships in Trondheim? Tell us.
I was a bit surprised because Kamil is a jumper, a very experienced jumper who also, of course, an older jumper. But as we know, these older guys never underestimate them. They
Mhm.
know how to prepare for a main event. They know they get some extra motivation and some extra energy at a main event, and Kamil always proved that he can increase his shape at a main event, and that's why I was surprised that he's not in the team. So I thought it would be a good solution to go with six athletes, not
Mhm.
to let another guy at home, but to go with six athletes. So with Piotr, we have the defending champion on the normal hill, so you have enough
Mhm.
uh, s- space in the team,
Exactly.
and so yeah, you could have got him the chance and see who's the strongest at. But of course, as Thomas said, he wants to have no extra pressure in the team. He
Yeah,
wants
yeah. He
to,
said he didn't want internal competition within the
yeah,
team to reduce the stress. We
yeah.
in Poland think that's not normal arguments. We didn't agree with that. So many people didn't agree with that. And do you agree with Thomas? Is it right to reduce the stress in a event like this, in the contest like this, where the stress are all around you whenever you go?
You can find pros
Hmm?
for both strategies. You can say it's an advantage to reduce stress, to just to focus, to uh, uh, trust your athletes, to give them confidence, and they can concentrate. Or on the other hand, to put the pressure on. So. And to make it in the team. So right now the level is not so high. So I think the pressure to enter the team in Austria is much higher for an athlete. So um, um, if you don't make it this year to the team, it's so there shouldn't be a fight for the 30th place in the Polish team. So the you should aiming for more, and I think it's also for Kamil. It wasn't the goal to make it somehow to the team, but to really show good performance at the main event, and therefore I think. It would be an idea to have several options, but I think probably for Thomas the whole situation with Kamil training with Michal Doležal, and
Exactly.
so you have then not only Kamil but a bigger team, and it's for him more complicated to handle more discussions. And at this point I think he knows he's under pressure, and either way he needs to make a decision. He's the head coach, and he thinks that's the best way to go into the World Championships, and that's his decision, and we will see in 2 weeks. We can check what if it helped or if it hasn't helped.
You touched the point from the side I would like to ask. I need to ask, do you think Kamil Stoch wasn't selected because he stopped working with Thomas and pick Michal Doležal as his coach? We already know that doesn't work well already right now.
No,
Maybe that's
I,
the factor.
So, as Thomas said, so you can have a look at the results and in the overall ranking.
Yeah.
Of course, Kamil is behind Jakub and David, and also the single results. So I think Kamil he he didn't have a top 10 result, right? But Jakub had.
Yeah, exactly. It was one time it was 14th place in one period competition in Ruka.
Yeah.
One jump there, and the second best result is 16th place in Sapporo.
Yeah, it's not much. So,
Yeah,
16th
I
and
agree.
22nd in Sapporo, then you really need to show
Mhm.
it's not so from the result side. So for example, if his decision is to go just with 5 athletes because he thinks
Yeah.
it's important in this situation to have a small team to have some to have not much internal rivalry in the training, that the jumpers can just concentrate on their performance, then whom would you pick? So it would be unfair to put David out or to put Jakub out, then they would
Mhm.
ask why Kamil and not me. So it's always unfair. But my choice would have been an easy one. I would have taken them all. So I would have gone with 6. That would have made it easier. But I think Thomas, he knows the guys best. He knows how the yeah, the situation in the team is, how the athletes can deal with all of this, and then he made the decision for a small team, concentrate and focus on these few guys, and then unfortunately Kamil was the one with the somehow weakest result over the whole season, and that's
Mhm.
why Thomas made this decision, and
Yes,
we
that's
will
the
see.
hard numbers.
Yeah,
Martin, our hope for success is of course Pavel Wąsek, but he performed, I would say, poorly in Sapporo. I wouldn't say it's going down because it's still our best athlete for that season in the last months. And we believe he can achieve something in Trondheim.
Definitely. He especially also on the small hill, he
Hmm?
should do very well. He has a good also good style, good telemark is really important on the normal hill, and so he should be in shape in Trondheim, of course. So the Sapporo is always a bit special, changing conditions all the time.
Tricky as Bergisel, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like Bergisel, but with more pressure under the skis. So focus is also on aerodynamics and getting your jump fast, and that's probably not the biggest strength of Pavel. And so I expect him much stronger in Trondheim.
As a team, what can the Polish team achieve in Trondheim? I would say fifth place will be success, but what Martin gonna say about Polish team before the championships?
I think at a World Championship, every team from the bigger nations, they are aiming for a medal, and they try to just to believe that for that a miracle might happen, and so
Ooh.
it's still a world championship. It's um, so, and I can't imagine that David is focusing on a fifth place in the team. So it's I remember the times when we struggled in Germany, but still we were aiming for a medal, of course, in the team event. So that is what counts, and you try to get in shape, and you try to get your technique right on the hill, to get the equipment perfectly for the competitions, and then to stand together as a team and try to get it done and in the team competition, and somehow make it possible to fight for the medal. So you need to believe in yourself.
Okay, Martin, let's talk about the current big players. Finally, we managed the podium without Austrians in the World Cup. Will it still be the strongest team, the strongest players, athletes, of course, in Trondheim? Daniel Czofonik, Stefan Kraft, Jan Herle. We remember Four Hills, they made podiums in all four competitions in Four Hills and made one place for Gregor Desvanden from besides of Austrians. What's your point of view about it?
Yeah, the Austrians have an amazing team. They are so strong, not only in World Cup, also in Continental Cup, in FIS Cup, in Alpen Cup, everywhere. So they are really dominant, and of course they are the big favorites for the World Championships. But we will see. It's there's at such an event, it's always an own dynamic.
Hmm?
How you have a bit different rhythm, you have more training jumps, and so more time to watch each other, to compare, and we will see. We saw now Ryoyo in really great shape.
Has returned to the game, Ryoyo.
Yeah, he returned to the game definitely, and we will see how the Austrians handle the situation, if they are maybe in training lacking a few meters, if they are a few meters behind, how to deal with that, not to act from the position of strength, but to suddenly be in a position where you have to find some meters, and then we will see how they deal with this situation. But we don't know yet if this will happen, but it can happen. And also the Norwegians are, of course, in front of the home crowd, really motivated, and Forfang is jumping really good, and Lindvik is getting better, so they also might have a strong team, and we will see. It's going to be exciting.
I have two questions, last
Yeah.
questions. Finally, about the Germans, the start of the season belongs to Pius Paschke. We know that Andreas Wellinger made a podium once, and Karl Geiger, but now things seems much weaker, I would say. Are you worried about the German team? And I will have the only one questions in a row.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried, to be honest. So they are not really in shape. So I think Andy can he can make it. He's pretty close. I think he, since the falls tournament, he has improved his takeoff technique, and I think it's a matter of time when he is able to fight for podium again, and maybe it happens in Trondheim. Especially he is good on the normal hill, also good with the telemark on a huge distance. So he can fight for a medal, I think, on a normal hill. Also, Karl Geiger, he's a guy who is focusing really on big events, on single competitions. Pius, I was a bit disappointed about his performance in Planitza, so he needs to improve. They have one more training camp, and we will see if it helps.
Martin, did you celebrate yesterday? Because it was the anniversary. You probably know what anniversary.
Yesterday, no, I forgot about it.
Yesterday. Yesterday, 23 years ago, you won gold medal in
Ah,
Salt
it
Lake with the
was.
team.
Oh, okay.
You were MVP of the competition.
Yeah,
Did you celebrate?
I,
Oh.
I didn't celebrate. I didn't know about it. I forgot about it. So, but I had this nice feeling all day yesterday.
Oh, so that's nice. That's nice answer.
Yeah.
Let's act and treat that like a celebrating. So,
Yeah.
Martin, thank you so much. I hope see you in Trondheim
Yeah.
and
See you in Trondheim. Great.
having good time.